Hey everybody, today's video is something a little different, so stay tuned. So like I said, today's video is a little different than my other ones. I received a question last week during my FAQ videos and I decided to hold it because I thought this question was something that would be so great to talk about in a Monday video. So without further ado, here's the question. It says, "Hey Katie, how much should you excuse someone with depression? My little sister has been diagnosed with severe depression and panic disorder. Understandably, she's not herself. She's short-tempered and irritable, but also can be quite vindictive and mean. She used to be really sweet, and I understand that this is just part of her illness, and I just let it go. But she does this to our baby sister too, and she can't understand that it's not her fault. As a family, we've been letting her take her frustrations out on everybody, and I wonder if that's the right thing to do. I have a very good relationship with her, and I'll often tell her gently afterwards if I think she's been particularly harsh to someone else. Sometimes it upsets her, and I worry that I'm just adding to her negative voices. Is it best to just let her know when she's being hurtful, or to just give her a break from any criticism in order to build herself up against her negative voices? I love her so much, and I want to do what's best to help her, but I don't want our baby sister to feel hurt either. Help." Now, I thought this was a great question because of the fact that I often speak mainly to the people themselves who are struggling with the mental illness, and I don't always talk to how the family can feel. And I know many of us have family members or loved ones who struggle with mental illness, and how much is too much to let them get away with? That's a great question, right? And in my practice, I would take a three-step approach. The first being family therapy, the second being externalizing the problem, and the third would be seeking your own personal therapy. Now the first, going back to the first, seeking family therapy. Why would I recommend that? I would recommend family therapy to people because it gives you a safe place to talk about the things that you struggle to talk about in your everyday life. We don't often have times in our life where we're sitting around together, where everybody feels safe to talk about things, where there's a mediator, someone like your therapist is there to help make sure everyone gets heard and no one gets stepped on. We don't have that set up in our regular lives, and that's why it's important to seek it out and create it. Find a therapist that none of you have seen before, that sees families and deals with depression. It will be a great experience for all of you and a safe place to vent about what's going on in your family. Now the second thing, externalizing the problem. I know this sounds silly, but it can really help the person who's struggling with the mental illness if we do this. Externalizing the problem means that instead of saying to them, "You made me feel this way," or "When you did that, I felt terrible and that was really hurtful." Instead of having those kinds of arguments/conversations, it can really help to say, "When the depression came into our family, I really struggled. And now that the depression is everywhere, it's ruining our relationship." It can help the person not feel so at fault, and it can also help them see relief from their problem and realize that it's not them, it's their depression. Now the third thing is seeking your own personal therapy. And the reason that I recommend this to my clients, if I'm seeing them in a family setting, is if the family setting isn't enough. It's very normal to feel exhausted, to be frustrated, to not know what to do, to almost feel trapped because we don't want to hurt the person with a mental illness more than they're already hurting, yet we're hurting. And so to have our own personal therapy without the family around can be a safe place to vent all those feelings you have, all those things that bubble up, all the frustrations and the hurts, and it can be a nice place for you to work on taking care of you. Because when we're caring for someone else, it can be really exhausting and really tiring. And we have to make sure that we're taking doubly good care of ourselves in order to not only care for ourselves, but care for someone else. I know it's really difficult to have someone in our family struggle with mental illness, and it can be really exhausting, not only for the person with the mental illness, but for the entire family. So make sure that you are taking proper precaution and steps in order to help your family deal with it and help yourself take good care of yourself so you can continue to help those that you love so much. I hope this video was helpful. If any of you have any information or tips and tricks that have worked with your family, as always, share your comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I put out videos 5 days a week and you don't want to miss them. Until next time, let's work towards a healthy mind and a healthy body. Because chances are that when that's happening, a boundary's been stepped on. Somebody's walked over it and they're taking advantage. But we haven't said anything and we haven't set that up, so we're gonna have to do that, right? And it'll be difficult.